This is TWiT.
I thought this was a fascinating thing. So Amazon, of course, is like notorious for barely being profitable, or if they are profitable, it's not where other tech companies kind of have to be. And despite that, Amazon shareholders, for the most part, don't make a big stink over it, whereas other companies, tech companies, get a lot of big stink. Amazon is an odd company in so many ways, but where they make their money, AWS, of course, is a big thing.
Yep.
But it turns out, doing very well. Where they're spending most of their money right now, because they just had their earnings report. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
They're spending billions of dollars. In fact, up to $9.6 billion of spending on shipping. They want it to be, because right now, I order, again, I'm a terrible person after I did the triangulation interview about
Mr.
garbage. And I should stop ordering from Amazon, because it turns out your boxes are probably not being recycled, but that's a whole nother story. And so I'm ordering Amazon stuff all the time. The only reason that I go to the store for something, I mean, groceries is another thing, but I'm talking like everything that's not groceries.
Right.
The only reason I go to the store for something is if I want it now and not later. Like if I decide that I don't want to wait 2 days for it, or in some cases I can't wait 2 days for it, or 1 day or whatever, then I will go to the store. But everything else, I just get on Amazon, because I can count on a fair price, that's compared to wherever else you might be getting it. I've never been overcharged by Amazon. That it'll arrive directly to me. Like it takes away inconvenience. And so now they're continuing to spend money to try and make it so that those decisions aren't even ones you have to make, where you're not even going, well, because I need it right now, I'll just go to the store and get it. They want to spend enough money to make it so that you can get it as quick as possible.
Again, this is more of a long game thing here. You're spending, they're going to spend a bunch of money up front, but it can potentially just come back in multiple folds of profit. More people would be interested. I mean, granted, it seems like everybody's using Prime now anyway, but you're getting this 1 day shipping as an extra incentive, and people are like, well, yeah, I'll pay the $100 and whatever month, however much it is a year. Is it $120 a year? Something like that.
I can't even remember. It's just
sort of automatic now.
Happens, and I'm like, yes, it's Prime,
And so, and Amazon is just banking on that. We're going to get more people. This is going to be an investment in ourselves, and it's going to come back.
Well, and one of the things that I found fascinating, it's from Jeff Bezos. He says, although it's counterintuitive, the fastest delivery speeds generate the least carbon emissions, because these products ship from fulfillment centers very close to the customer. It simply becomes impractical to use air or long ground routes. So what he's saying is, like, you might go online and you see 1 day shipping and you see 3 day shipping or something like that.
Yep.
And you might think, I'm going to choose 3 day shipping because I want to be green today. Turns out choosing 1 day shipping is the better option, because it's the most practical way to get it to you is by having it at a local facility. And I can remember, it's been a long time now, but there was a story out a while back that was looking at the way that Amazon was using artificial intelligence to predetermine what customers would be ordering in order to use their logistics centers to get those products to the right place. So you can imagine that, like, that's beautiful. If I once a month order a big thing of the Greenies dog treats that I give my dogs, then
they're great.
They are great. According to
why are y'all eating dog treats?
They're so delicious. Look, I don't eat any vegetables. These are the only greens that I eat, okay?
They're very minty. They're fresh.
They clean my teeth.
Right. To be clear, they're great for the dogs, says the veterinarian. The veterinarian's like, get your dog on a Greenies regimen. Anyway, so they know that, and they make sure then that the local Amazon not marketplace, but warehouse has those on stock before I were to ever order those. And that's a very small example. It's obviously on a much bigger scale.
No, but that's a damn good strategy, though. With especially when they have all of these other subscription options in place already. It makes perfect sense. Just go ahead and have everything ready. And
ready to roll.
Cheaper,
And I mean, included with Prime. coming up for this
the
holiday
Prime.
season. One day shopping. Apparently, they're going to add this to millions of products.
Oh,
and
really?
and so that conditions the users to kind of expect that, which heightens the value of the service, because then at some point you realize that you are just getting one day shipping included. Of course, you're paying the Prime fee, but now suddenly the value of Prime shoots up even
It just
more.
keeps getting,
And eventually that becomes a profitable, a profitable thing for Amazon.
It makes me wonder if this was part of the reason in the relationship between Amazon and UPS soured, because Amazon knew they really wanted to push this one day and getting more things to those fulfillment centers. Somebody had to get the stuff to those fulfillment centers in a timely manner, and yes, I'm sure Amazon took the last mile, but I wonder if that was part of the sour relationship.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, and Amazon has to be, at the same time, Amazon has to be credited in some ways for saving the United States Postal Service.
Yeah.
So there was a period of time, because I was working at Newsy at the time, and I remember doing story after story about how the USPS workers were maybe not going to get their retirement funds, how they were trying to find new ways to get people to spend money, how they were trying, and Amazon came in and said, well, right now with UPS and FedEx, we can't do Sunday deliveries in, I think maybe it was even Saturday and Sunday deliveries, but definitely Sunday deliveries in most places. And if you want to do an exclusive deal with us, we will pay you, we will buy that opportunity to do Sunday deliveries. And that was a great influx of cash for the USPS at the time, which a lot of people think that the United States Postal Service is funded by our taxes. It is not. It is an independently funded organization. And a lot of people...
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, and that, that's a big important thing to note here, is that the USPS is a separate organization, despite the fact that it has many a tie to the government because of like how it was founded and everything like that. And the U.S. Postmaster. However, it is a organization that's completely funded by what we put into it or what companies put into it. And so that's why stamps and things like that are so important. And in fact, because of a certain president giving out the idea that the USPS was funded by the government through our taxes, the USPS has this whole FAQ on their website that very clearly spells out everything and why it is not a tax-funded organization.
Wow.
But so Amazon, like in terms of shipping, I think it has to get credit for that. And two, earlier I was complaining about the different things I wasn't warned about with California. One I forgot to complain about, but it's a good thing overall, so I'm not really complaining. I'm complaining about myself for not ever remembering that if I go to the store, I need to bring doggone bags.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you do.
And I keep forgetting that. And so what I've taken to doing, because I have a Amazon Prime subscription already, is make use of the Amazon Prime Whole Foods Market thing. And so I can order most of my groceries online, and they come to my door in paper bags that I then fold up and tuck away for one day when I will use them in a store, except I always forget to put them in my car.
But
So you've got a growing pile of paper bags at this point.
But at least you have
them.
a recycling bin.
Exactly.
So I give you credit for that.
But that too is like an added benefit that Amazon has done, and the system that's set up in place to deliver those groceries from because it's free shipping or free delivery. Like you don't pay a delivery fee for it if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber. And so that also a thing that I like about it is the fact that the tip goes to, like, you can always give a bigger tip, but you are not paying a delivery fee, and so it feels like I can send more money than to the person who's driving it. So I like that.
It's been a really long time since I ordered groceries online, like Webvan long. Do you remember Webvan?
Never ordered groceries online, my man.
Webvan? Okay,
Never done
Webvan was a .com bubble company.
Oh, really? That long ago?
This was a company that tried to do this back in 2001. Well, no, that's when they filed for bankruptcy. It was 2001. But I remember doing this back then. And
back in my day.
Well, and obviously things have come a long ways in nearly 20 years, right?
I think.
But I remember it being kind of a pain in the butt to think about what groceries I wanted and ahead of time and do that. Like but this is how you're getting your groceries now. Like, do you
Yeah.
like the process? I've been curious about it here almost.
I've
20
never
years later.
I've never tried it. There was a couple of times where it crossed my mind because I was just busy. But I've never done the online grocery thing, and it seems like it'd be pretty convenient. But I always end up at the corner store or at the market myself.
It took
always.
time.
Yeah.
So I will say that, like, it took me time to figure out my, what groceries I could get and how I wanted. But once I found out what Whole Food, because basically what I did was I took what I already had at home and then did searches for those products. So I have my, peanut butter, and I have bread, gluten-free bread, and I've got this, that, and the other. And then I looked to see if it was available from Whole Foods and sort of replaced the other things with these things and found out that, okay, they have this. And then after you do it, they can start recommending things that you might be interested in.
Nice.
I also like the fact that they've got it set up so that
Feeding the algorithm.
you want to do like ingredient or a recipe. They make it very easy. Okay, well, just add this whole thing to your shopping list, and then you can make that dish or whatever.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can get most, including if you wanted to order, wine, beer, things like that. You can order it through Amazon Prime now as well. And that's the thing, is that this is a little bit different from one day delivery where it comes the next day. This is, I order at noon, and I have a delivery window between 4 and 6 that same day.
Because
so I get
it's coming from your local Whole Foods,
from your
which
local
is
Whole Foods,
a couple
exactly.
of miles away.
Yeah, so I think that that's nice as well, that people can, get those groceries the same day, and be as preemptive as they want to be about it. So,
And from that perspective, it's interesting because Amazon is operating their grocery business same day delivery the way that they probably intend to operate their Amazon product delivery at some point. Like in a best case scenario, they'd have a warehouse that is mere miles away from everybody, depending on where they happen to be, with enough of the main core products that most people order so that they can get it to you on same day. And I guarantee you that's what they're aiming for.
and in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they start finding areas in Whole Foods and their Whole Food stores to serve as storage
Probably
units
so.
for those places.
Or
genuinely.
that informs kind of the buildings that they buy for new Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's like a route.
Here's a new
scale up
distro
to
right
that.
here.
Yeah, totally. And then at some point we're gonna have our little drones delivering our burritos and everything. It's gonna be great.
They have the approvals for that.
Until
They already have the drone approvals. I just haven't seen anything.
we get hit in the head with those drones, and then
If you get hit in the head with a drone, it's your fault. You should hear it coming.
That's true. That's a really good point.
yeah.